feeling or what they are going through. However, it can be something completely different. We need to give them the opportunity to express themselves in order to fully understand what is going on. This will help us build trust and understanding. I feel that the practice of the 7 habits has had an impact.
Do we have a motion to adjourn closed session?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Time is 7:09. Open session is reconvened at the direction of the Board of Education. Board meetings are recorded, broadcasted, and streamed live, and may capture images and sounds of those attending the meeting. We now welcome back our student performances at our bi-monthly school board meetings, but first, let's have Michaela Thomas, third grade student at Boyd Elementary School, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Put your right hand over your heart. Get ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Michaela. Now, tonight, a group of third grade dual language immersion students from Boyd Elementary School, led by Miss Cortez, will be singing the Spanish song Sol, Solecito, Luna, Lunera, translates to sun, sunshine, moon, and lunar. Thank you, Boyd Principal, Ms. Corioso, staff members, Ms. Cortez, and parents and guardians for being here tonight to view our talented students' performance. Go Bulldogs!
Oh, someone's crying.
Dr. Avila, do we have a report out of closed session?
Yes, we do, President Montes. First, the Board of Education denied the request for a leave of absence for classified employee number 1148339, August 16, 2019 through June 30th, 2020. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education approved an agreement to resolve litigation on terms acceptable to the district in the case of Rialto Unified School District versus Educational Consulting Services Incorporated, case number CIVDS 1518116. This report is made now because the agreement was only recently approved by the other party. The roll call vote is as follows. Edgar Montes, President, yes. Nancy G. O'Kelly, Vice President, yes. Dino Walker, Clerk, abstained. Joseph Ayala, Member, yes. Joseph W. Martinez, Member, yes. The Board of Education took action to impose a 10-day unpaid suspension on certificated employee number 1705319. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education accepts a statement of charges for employee number 1659329, secondary teacher, and to place teacher on leave of absence. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Jelcy Hitchman Gomez, therapeutic behavioral strategist. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Maria Pusateri, nutrition services coordinator. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Mary Burns, instructional specialist, special education. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Paulina Villalobos, agent, academic technology. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Alberto Gutierrez, coordinator, English learners. The roll call vote was unanimous. And the Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Caroline Sweeney, high school principal, Rialto High School. The roll call vote was unanimous.
And big congratulations to all of the people who earned their appointments. Next, we go to adoption of tonight's agenda. Do we have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Was there something to be pulled?
Yeah, I don't know if we want to do it after we motion, or you want to pull it right now?
I can pull it now. I would like to pull item B2. This item will be reintroduced at a future board meeting.
That way we don't have to amend it. I'll make the motion to adopt the agenda.
Second?
And just for clarification, that's tonight's agenda with the exception of item B2. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go to presentations, item B1. Good evening, everybody. Tonight we are excited. Just want to make sure I'm taking the proper steps first. Tonight, we're excited to welcome our 2019-2020 school year's newest Rialto Unified School District student board member to sit with the Board of Education. Before we speak a little bit about Aviance and give him time to talk about himself, let me inform the audience that our district was one of the first districts in the county to begin the student board member program 2 decades ago. A student board member represents at the Rialto Unified School District School Board meeting, casts votes on preferential items, and closes the school board meetings. He also represents the entire Rialto USD student body from all 29 schools, attending district events and reporting back at the meeting on all the wonderful things happening on their campus. Aviance Douglas was born in the city of Loma Linda to mother Diane and father Valentino Douglas. He comes from a large family with his sister Angelica and his brother VJ, recently graduating from Rialto USD high schools. Aviance, who is a senior at Carter High School, is also a standout football player. Quote, "Football is what I do a lot," he replied. Quote, "Outside of that, it's really just school. After football season is done, I am also an umpire for the Grand Terrace Little League." When Aviance was asked what he is most excited about when it comes to being a district's newest student member, he replied, "This experience is more towards the career I want to pursue, which is to be an administrator, maybe at a high school, and possibly one day be a superintendent. I feel this experience will help me better understand what I'm going to be getting into and what I need to strive for in order to complete that goal." So with that, let me call up Aviance. I don't think he needs this stool right here. Please raise your right hand. Mr. Steele, I told you to make sure to turn the microphone this way so you can hear us. Do you, Aviance Douglas, solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the State of California, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will and will faithfully discharge the duties to which you are about to enter?
I do.
With this oath, you are now seated officially as a student board member of the Rialto Unified School District Board of Education.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We are delighted to have you.
So now that you're official, now we both get to go back over there.
Oh.
We are excited to serve with you, Aviance. And now, if you have some things you might want to add, please feel free.
Okay. Gotta write it down.
It's all good.
Good evening. I want to start off by saying thank you for this opportunity to all of you, and also to my principal who pulled me in from class to give me the application, because I saw it, but I wasn't really gonna do it. I was actually encouraging other people to do it. So I just want to thank Dr. Chavez for giving me this opportunity, and also I would like to thank my parents and my family members who have always supported me. And I just, wouldn't be who I am today without them, without each and every one of them. I grew up with a lot of siblings, we were really family oriented so I just wanted to, that's another big part of my life. Thank you to Mr. Paluba, who gave me my letter of recommendation. It was a really good recommendation. He was my freshman teacher and math teacher, and he's always been like a good mentor to me throughout high school. And I'm gonna do my best in this position to make you guys proud, and to make my parents proud and my family proud, and also make the students proud of Carter, Rialto, all the schools. I just want to be here. I want to be their voice to you guys. So, thank you. And, oh, okay. My dad, Valentino Douglas. My mom, Diana Douglas. My little brother, Angelo Douglas. My aunt, Nikki Douglas. My uncle, Rudy Argueta. My uncle, Chewy Argueta. My sister, Angelica Douglas. And I have more, but they're not here. Thank you.
And before his family leaves, can the board get a picture with him and his family?
If you can have a little bit closer. So Kelly, you have the right hand. Presence on fist. There you are. Okay. There, see. Perfect. And I'll be able to text you these, okay?
Next, we go to item C, public comments from the floor. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any item not on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. And we have Lupe Camacho for item not on the agenda.
Good evening, board members, wonderful Rialto residents and staff as well. My name is Lupe Camacho, and I am the U.S. Census Bureau Partnership Specialist assigned to San Bernardino County. So I am assigned to do all of the recruitment and outreach and all of the information dissemination for the entire San Bernardino County. But beyond that, I am also a Rialto resident, a long-time Rialto resident. I've lived in Rialto for over 23 years now, And my husband teaches at Morris Elementary, so he's part of the Unified School District family, which I'm really proud of and happy. And again, I've decided to make this journey down the road of being a cooperative and a partnership for the U.S. Census Bureau. It is a labor of love for me because I took a year sabbatical from my profession. I'm an engineer. My last position was with the City of Chino as an associate engineer for them. And I've worked for many other cities, San Bernardino, along with Moreno Valley, along with Yucaipa. So I've worked for several cities as an engineer. So I've been a public servant for a very long time. When the U.S. Census came out and the information came out regarding the citizenship question about a year ago, actually maybe a little more than a year ago, I made a decision and a commitment at that point that I was going to be involved as a resident and that I was going to make sure that my community was informed, educated, and empowered to be part of the U.S. Census. It is so important for us to get counted, much more so than I guess a lot of people really understand. I think a lot of individuals, those of us that have been in public forum where we've served as public civil servants, we understand the importance of this. But I think that for the community, sometimes it doesn't quite hit home. So I made that commitment, and I did it freely. I did it absolutely voluntarily. And about 4 months down the road, I was hired by the U.S. Census Bureau. They told me, we pay for the work you're doing, so why don't you come on board and help us with this effort? And so now that I'm a U.S. Census Bureau representative, I am here to provide some information. I've already had a meeting with Dr. Avila regarding the cooperative partnership that we can build between the Unified School District and the City of Rialto. I'm also the chair of our Complete Count Committee in the City of Rialto, so I'm very active with the city. And we are obviously trying to disseminate as much information as early as possible so that our community can be comfortable with the information. We understand that there has been a lot of media coverage for the U.S. Census Bureau, and with that in mind, we want to make sure that people understand the reality of what it is to be counted. And we want to make sure that people know that that reality has got to be disseminated to everybody. Everybody needs to understand what it means, what it involves, and that your information is absolutely 100% secure. So in order to do that, obviously, I'm here requesting some support from the Unified School District. And I've had a conversation with Dr. Avila about how we coordinate that support between the Unified School District, of course, so we can reach our parents, and also the city at large. I brought some census flyers, Census 101, and I will hand these out to you guys. I don't know. I'll hand them to you. And this is just some basic information. Census 101 is what we call it. It gives you the overview of the census. And I will be leaving some in the back as well, over in the front counter for anyone to pick up when they feel they need to get a little bit more information. But predominantly, I'm here to make sure that I extend my assistance, my help to the community, and make sure that the community understands that I'm here to assist and educate and empower you to get counted. We all need to get counted. It is extremely important for us this decennial, I think, more than any other, in my opinion. I believe it's more important, and we need to band together and make sure that our communities are well counted. Just to give you an idea, last decennial in 2010, our community, the Inland Empire, was undercounted. Our children were undercounted by 40%. So that means 40% of the money that should have come to our schools didn't make it here. It was sent elsewhere. So if we make sure that all of our children get counted, we will make sure that the money comes to us and that our children receive more funding for the schools, for the programs, to build new schools, to expand. Obviously, this has ramifications completely across the board. So I just wanted to go ahead and introduce myself, let everybody know that I'm here. And if anybody is interested in talking to me or getting a hold of me, I will be leaving a few business cards up in the front. And if there's any questions, I don't know if the council members have, the board members have any questions.
Your time is officially up, but because you're with the Census Bureau, we're letting you enjoy some extra time.
Thank you.
We do have just one comment.
Sure.
Yeah, comment.
Sure.
I know when it comes time for the census in certain populated areas, some of the residents are leery about answering the door. They're afraid that it's immigration or something. And it's unfortunate that we lost revenue because some of our community members are intimidated.
Right.
So if there's a way that we can get a message out to them that please don't feel intimidated. We're not here to harass you or use the information in any negative way. But we're here in a positive light.
Right.
And, you know, in some kind of campaign, we might be able to recruit some of those kids that weren't accounted for from years past.
Very true. And the effort is being done county-wide, so we are going to be working with the county as well as the state, and of course the national, the U.S. Census Bureau. But this year, the difference is going to be that the census is going to be predominantly web-based. So there will be an option for not having to have somebody come to your door knocking and asking you questions. You can respond, do a self-response, and that information we will disseminate a little bit more down the road. I've given kind of an overview to Dr. Avila of how that's going to be rolled out, but that information will definitely be disseminated. And I also want to extend to any community member who wants to be a part of the Complete Count Committee. I'm the chair of it. We meet at the City Hall. And if you're interested in participating and being a really active participant of making sure that the community gets informed and gets the correct information, by all means, reach out to me or reach out to Barbara McGee, our city clerk here in Rialto, and she will point you in the right direction and we'll get you going. I really do need to make sure that I stress that we're going to be doing this in both languages, English and Spanish. So I'm fully bilingual, and most of these presentations will be in both languages. Okay, so thank you very much. If there, is there a question?
I'm sorry.
don't know.
You're more than welcome to meet them over in the audience, but we have to keep going.
Moving.
Thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We will make copies of the information you've provided. It's got some very good info on here, and please do leave your contact information, Ms. Camacho, because I'm sure there are some people who would like to get a hold of you and get more information.
We've brought a little bit of swag for you guys from.
Thank you.
They give us a little bit of swag here and there, and I wanted to share it with everyone here.
Oh, just for Dr. Avila, if just in reference to all the information that's just provided for us, if we are in partnership with the Census Committee, whenever you all figure out what that partnership looks like, to do an actual presentation for the board so that we know how our schools and families can participate, especially because our area is, I'm a part of the Inland Empire Census work already. We have several communities in Rialto specifically that are HTCs, which are hard to count communities. So that'll be a good partnership for us to try to make sure our people. But for a full, regular presentation, so we can get all the stuff.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
And you can be a part of that one.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. This was just an introductory. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thank you for the time.
Don't mind if I do. Next, we go to Myrna Reese.
Good evening, board and viewing audience. My name is Myrna Reese, and today I'm here representing PTA. I'm the president for Rialto Council of PTAs, and once again, I want to give thanks to Dr. Avila, Bruce Kelly, Mr. Mohammed, and Diane Romo for working with PTA, working some loose ends, and then also I want to especially give thanks to Mr. KB, as I call him, for partnering with State PTA, California State PTA. We actually are going to be hosting the regional training for Southern California, so here in Rialto, which is a great partnership, and to me it's a huge success. And I'm very proud that, we're doing that here in Rialto. So to me, that shows the progress that we're having with PTA and the school district with the partnership with, parent involvement and all of that. And we're going to show the great things that PTA can actually do. The other thing, too, before I even move on, I want to congratulate our student board. I'm very proud of you, and also representing Carter High School, the Lions. So thank you. I know you're going to do an amazing job. We're all very proud of you. So congratulations again. The other thing that I do want to ask for, which is kind of separate from PTA, because I know I only have 1 minute left. It's a concern that was brought up to me. I was actually helping out at back to school night for middle school at JHU, and a couple of parents approached me regarding the Spanish GED that they're taking at the adult at school, which they're very grateful. But there is a need right now. The third parent that actually approached me tonight said that she was number 45 on the waiting list. So that means that we have the need there, and unfortunately we only have one teacher. So we want to make sure that we can look into other means, and maybe, I don't know what the process is, but if we can just look into possibly, helping these parents that want to get their education going, except that we don't have the resources right now. So I believe that probably the waiting list must be even longer, which is, this parent says she's number 45. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it's great. It's a good thing. So if we can just look into that when you get a chance. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we go to Celia Saravia.
Para que me vea. Buenas noches, miembros de la Junta Directiva.
Good evening, members of the board.
Presidente Mr. Montes.
President Mr. Montes.
Vicepresidenta Ms. O'Kelly.
Vice President Ms. O'Kelly.
Superintendente Dr. Ávila.
Superintendent Dr. Ávila.
Audiencia.
And audience.
Soy Celia Saravia.
I am Celia Saravia.
Y represento al grupo de apoyo para padres de niños especiales.
And I represent a support group for parents of children with special needs.
Y esta noche queremos darles
Tonight we want to bring you
la bienvenida a todos los estudiantes.
Give the welcome to all the students.
Para que este año sea de mucho éxito.
So that this year be of a great success.
Y cumplan sus metas académicas.
And that they achieve their academic goals.
Y pedirle a todos los padres
and ask all the parents
que trabajemos unidos
that we work united
con nuestro distrito.
With our district.
Porque juntos
because together
haremos la diferencia.
We'll make a difference.
Y lograremos el éxito de nuestros estudiantes.
And we'll achieve success for our students.
También queremos agradecerle
We also want to thank
a nuestro superintendente Dr. Ávila
our superintendent Dr. Ávila
por habernos invitado a la conferencia en julio 11 y 12.
For having invited us to the conference on July 11th and the 12th.
Fue una gran oportunidad para aprender.
It was a great learning opportunity.
Estrategias de comportamiento, lenguaje.
To learn behavior strategies, language.
Terapia ocupacional.
Occupational therapy.
Conocer más de grandes filósofos.
To know a bit more about great philosophers.
Compartir con el personal del distrito.
To share with the district staff.
Y mejorar la relación entre padres y el personal.
And to improve the relationship between the parents and the staff.
Todos participamos en diferentes actividades.
We all participated in different activities.
Mr. Alex Vara hizo una dinámica que me gustó mucho.
Had some activity that I liked a lot.
Que consistía en ver lo positivo que el personal hace.
He had us look at the positive things that the staff does do.
Y se llamaba I See You.
And it was called I See You.
O sea, te estoy viendo.
In other words, I see you.
Y yo veo a muchos que están haciendo la diferencia con sus esfuerzos para que nuestro distrito sea un ejemplo.
And I see many people who are making the difference with their efforts so that our district is exemplary.
Empezando con nuestra junta directiva.
starting with our board,
están haciendo una gran diferencia.
and they are making a great difference.
Nuestro superintendente, Dr. Ávila,
Our superintendent, Dr. Avila,
Miss Bridget Ely, Alex Vara, Mrs. Vara, Mr. Pulido, Saida Jeffrey Hernández, Fasa, Cristina, Sara y María de Nutrition,
all the people mentioned, and from nutrition,
la doctora Jackson,
Dr.
Araceli
Jackson.
Flores, Dr. De Souza, Mr. Island, Linda Silva, Diana Romo, Derek Harris, Mr. Parciale, Angel Rosario y Kay, especialista de comportamiento, la doctora
behavior specialist, as well as the other people mentioned,
doctora Bugua, Irma Smith, Lorena Santos McGrath, Claudia Hernández. Y en las próximas juntas voy a nombrar a más personas que veo y apreciamos su esfuerzo y trabajo
in
por los
public meetings, I
estudiantes
mentioned other people that I've seen working, and we appreciate their efforts and their work for our students
de nuestro distrito.
of our district.
Tenemos todas las herramientas para que nuestro distrito sea el mejor.
We have all the tools necessary for our district to be the best.
Usémosla.
Let's use them.
Fue una gran experiencia, muy positiva.
It was a great experience, very positive.
Gracias, doctor Ávila, otra vez por habernos invitado
Thank you again, Dr. Avila, for inviting us.
y a trabajar unidos por la educación y el éxito de nuestros estudiantes.
And let's work united for the education and the success of our students.
Y también la bienvenida, no sé pronunciar su nombre, al estudiante miembro del board.
I also
Bienvenido.
wanna welcome board student, student member. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Welcome.
Thank you.
Pero es una gran oportunidad que tienes como estudiante para expresarte y expresar las necesidades de ustedes los jóvenes
But it's a great
en nuestro
opportunity that you
distrito.
have as a student to express yourself and express the needs of yourself and the other students in our district.
Y nosotros la comunidad estamos acá para escucharte y para apoyarte.
And we, the community,
También,
are here
como
to
estamos
listen to you and to support you
Como apoyamos también a todo nuestro board.
the same way that we support all of our board members.
Y hay muchas más personas que voy a estar mencionando, yo creo que todo el año me la voy a pasar mencionando, porque hay muchas personas de aquí de nuestro distrito que están trabajando excelente.
And there are many other people that I'll be mentioning. I think I'll spend the rest of the year mentioning people because there are a lot of people who are doing great work here at our district.
Y es bien importante que los tomemos en cuenta, porque ese es un estímulo para que ellos sigan haciendo mejor su trabajo también.
And I think it's really important that we recognize them because I think this stimulates them so that they can continue doing such great work.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we go to item C2, public comments on agenda items. Any person wishing to speak on any item on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Do we have any on the agenda?
We do not.
And that takes us to item C3, comments from association executive board members, and we'll start with Rialto Education Association.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Lindberg, president of REA. Welcome back to the school year. It's good to see all of you this evening. Congratulations, Mr. Douglas, on your appointment. Welcome. Last spring, I gave you a copy of a report from the Oregon Teachers Association called The Crisis of Disrupted Learning. And I understand from Mr. Bruce Kelly that they used it at the leadership seminar this summer, and they really studied it and got into it in depth, which I'm very pleased about. Dr. Avila has also promised to take the lead on getting training for our teachers to deal with behaviors that disrupt learning. So what I want from you as a board is to please make this a priority, not only for our teachers, but for the success of our students as well. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we go to California School Employees Association.
Good evening, Rialto family.
Good evening.
I'm CSEA Chapter President Chris Cordasco. Tonight I have 2 items that I want to speak to you about. I'm actually excited to share with you about. It's all positive news. First off, as the new school year has started, we embrace the positive changes that are coming about. With those changes come new challenges, and I wanted to share an experience that I had this week. Recently, we had a situation arise at Eisenhower High School with some of our instructional aides. When I met with Assistant Principal Jennifer Cuevas, I was greeted with a warm smile, and a positive professional attitude. It was a joy to work in a collaborative manner that was, the end result was a win-win. And actually, I should say, it was a win-win-win. Staff, the district, and our students won out. I want to thank Principal Frank Camacho, Assistant Principal Jennifer Cuevas, and Lead Special Service Agent Bridget Ely for their assistance with this challenge. EHS is setting the bar in collaborative problem solving. The second item that I want to share is a bit of news about action taken by CSEA delegates at our 93rd annual conference. This year's conference was held from July 28th to August 2nd, and delegates took action on Resolution 5, funding for TK. We voted to join others in support of Senate Bill 443. If this bill was to become law, it would amend current ed code to allow school districts to receive ADA for TK. As I'm sure you're aware, currently students who are 4 years old, we do not get paid for. I applaud Rialto for taking these students in and footing the bill. We're hoping to change that for you. Many other districts have pledged their support also, and I would love to see Rialto's name on that list. So I urge you to please research Senate Bill 443. Also, I'd like to say congratulations to you, Aviance. I was on your part of the team that interviewed you. This is a great opportunity for you. I look forward to seeing you grow. Please take advantage of Saida, one of the best communication. Let me clarify that. Please take advantage of the services that our communications office can assist you with. We have great leadership there. One of the best communication departments in the county, for sure, probably in the state. And she can help you. Okay? That's it for tonight. Look forward to seeing you all at the next meeting.
Thank you. Next, we go to Rialto Communication Workers of America.
And hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
It's good to be back to class, and hope we have a great next year.
Thank you. Now we'll go to Rialto School Managers Association.
Crickets.
And that takes us to item C4, comments from the superintendent.
Thank you, President Montes, and I want to start by presenting Aviance, our newest board member, student board member, with one of our district's official pin. And with that, I have a couple of things that I want to share. First, I want to welcome everyone back to the new school year. I've had to, it seems at moments, hold back tears of joy as I have visited so far, I want to say 24 of the 29 schools to touch base with all the principals and some of the staff, just to see if there's anything that they need additionally to get the school year off to a great start. But it's been the tears of joy because I keep hearing the same message throughout the district of how happy the staff overall is at each of the schools, the principals, and the new excitement, the new energy. A lot of it stemming from the conference, management conference that we had this summer. Really sharing a lot of information, expectations for the year, and really getting to know each other.
Was that the Kill 'em with Kindness conference?
That was part of it. And I will touch on the kindness piece because at our last board meeting, I did promise to expand on not the definition so much as the expectation of kindness that I would like to see grow here in this district and in the community. We see evidence of it already, but I want to be clear exactly what that expectation is. But I want to welcome back everyone and the community, the parents, the staff, and I know that we're off to a great school year, and if only I had the magic to make that throughout the year. I know we'll probably have some challenges here and there, but so far it's so promising and so optimistic to see the positive energy throughout the district. So I do want to welcome everybody back and encourage you to maintain that level of spirit throughout the year. Also, I want to share briefly, I'm in the process of preparing a video that I will send to the entire staff, kind of highlighting some of the achievements from last year, identifying the very specific focus areas, which will continue to be math, reading and literacy, with special attention paid to the needs of African American students, students with special needs, and English learners this year. And as Lisa mentioned a few minutes ago, there will also be very special attention paid to how we handle discipline here in the district. We will further these efforts to try and really reconcile the successes that we've had with PBIS with the instances where PBIS has not been as effective as intended. I really don't want any staff member, especially any teacher or any other staff member, to feel that the district does not value expectations for students or the sanctity of the classroom, or that students are allowed to get away with everything. But nor do I want the district to revert back to the days when students, for the most part, were disciplined with suspension for pretty much anything, even the most trivial of infractions. And I want staff to remember that behaviors are learned, and as educators, we have a moral responsibility to really shape the conditions that will enable students to make appropriate decisions all the time. And of course, those conditions may include modeling the behavior for them, mentoring them, and allowing students to reflect and understand the inappropriateness of their actions so that they can restore the wrong that they have caused to themselves and to others. So that'll be a lot of emphasis on that. And also, with respect to kindness, so three of the big drivers, three of the big fuels that I'm asking that we use as a district to energize all of our actions are, love and compassion, the spirit of freedom. I'm really advocating for freedom in the sense of really giving every individual the agency to do what he or she believes is best in their capacity, whether it's as an instructional assistant, as a teacher, as a principal. I want those freedoms to be there so that they can come up with innovative ideas, creative ideas that will hopefully produce better outcomes for our kids. And not freedoms necessarily for their own self-interest or freedoms where they're being irresponsible with that freedom, but again, freedom that, based on our strategic plan, that those decisions will be in the best interest of kids. So take chances, be risk takers. I'm pushing for it as your superintendent. So whether you're a secretary or whatever the position is, I trust that you know your position better than anyone else. And as such, I trust that you're making decisions that are in the best interest of our district without you feeling that you have to get permission from everybody in order to make a decision. So that's the second piece. And the third piece is the kindness. And you might be asking yourself, well, what is the difference between, love and compassion and kindness? Well, there are differences. And there are also differences between what we are used to hearing regarding kindness, which is, being good to each other, being polite, buying lunch for one another, smiling and being positive. That's the kind of kindness that we want, but we want to take it a step further. And that next step is really, so they're, those examples are great acts of kindness in and of themselves, but don't always have the long-term impact without this part two. And part two is similar to what is believed about friends, that friends will tell you what you want to hear, but true friends tell you what you need to hear. And so, because those friends really care about you. So part two of kindness is about doing things for others beyond what we hear or see. In fact, most of the time you don't hear or see this kind of kindness, but you feel the impact, and that is the kindness kindness by having a strong work ethic and doing the things that will make a difference for the lives of others. For example, writing board policies for the long-term benefit of students will be more impactful than a smile or a handshake or a double-double from In-N-Out, buying someone lunch. Being at work every day and giving it your best all day is long-term kindness, which is what we're looking for. If you smile and say hello to everyone and are positive, but you only put half the effort into your work, then you're really not having the long-term impact on a child. And so I'm encouraging us to step it up a little more and continue with the first part of kindness, but also expand it so that for the education of these kids, we're not only allowing them to experience greatness for one day, but we're also investing for 10, 15, 20 years to come. So again, what I'm pushing for is the work ethic behind the traditional level of kindness that we are accustomed to. And I want to finish with a big congratulations to Sergio Alexander Olmos. This is an 8th grade student from Rialto Middle School who competed over the summer in China for Shenyang Peace Cup International Soccer as a goalkeeper last week at the under-13 group, which consisted of Sergio representing the region, the Rialto Unified School District, and who took first place. So we're very proud of Sergio, and we look forward to having some formal recognition for him for representing the city, the district, and this region in China. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Avila. And although we already gave an opportunity to speak to our newly appointed student board member, we want to give him the opportunity again. Just if you'd like to say anything from now on. Usually when we do board comments from the superintendent and from the board, we begin with superintendent and the student board member.
I don't really have much to say, I'm gonna do my best in this position again, and just thank you for the opportunity. I promise, I'll put everything into it, everything I have. I'll put everything I have into it.
We're gonna be kind.
Yeah, most definitely.
Great, thank you. Next we go to board member Mr. Joel Ayala.
Thank you, President Montes. I'd like to begin by again congratulating Aviance to the dais here. It'll be a terrific experience for you, and I know you're going to make your parents and this community and the kids, everyone proud. And I'm going to share with you, if you make a mistake with a word or two, that's okay. We're all human. What counts is what comes out here. And and if you don't forget that, people understand that. You're doing your best. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Tonight, I would like to take the opportunity to just share some comments about our kids coming back to school and trying to keep us on the right track. Personal observations, a lot of my information comes from my own grandkids. I have 10. And so I stay busy with them. But what comes to mind is, the curriculum. Our hands are tied here at the school district because the state mandates a lot of mandates, and so we try to meet those mandates, meet those requirements. However, in those mandates, there doesn't leave a lot of flexibility to help us with our kids to find their passions. Yes, some do find their passions in calculus, but there's a lot more who need help in other areas. So I guess my point is there are some schools who don't practice being a comprehensive educational institution, so to speak. Here in Rialto, I believe we're making strides to become more comprehensive in nature, to explore more avenues, explore more opportunities. When you do those kinds of things, it makes sense that you're exposing our kids to a variety of other programs. They're called extracurricular activities. They're not required by the state, but if we continue in that direction, I think in the long run, more of our kids will find their passions. And I guess you could agree that if a child comes to school excited, motivated, and has a reason for showing up, he's going to make a better student. Learning is going to come easier for them, and it's going to be a win-win for everybody involved. So with that in mind, we'll just say that we have to be a little creative, how we can help these kids find their passions. One simple example might be that we open up opportunities for field trips, because, if you can't take Muhammad to the mountain, then bring the mountain down to Muhammad. No expense.
Muhammad, you want a mountain?
That term's been used for many, many years. But let's expose our kids to a variety of opportunities, and we will reap our benefits in the long run. Thank you for an opportunity just to share a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala. Next, we go to Mr. Joseph Martinez.
Thank you, President Montez. I want to welcome everyone back as well. Student Board Member Douglas, proud to have you here. You interviewed very well, and it was a tough decision, but you came out representing the students. Part of that interview really gave you the opportunity and tried to coax you to invest in your students. You have 25,000 new family members, if you will, and all those students need representation. By that I mean, okay, what are their needs? What are they feeling? Are they feeling safe? Do they need anything? Just whatever you hear, you're the board's eyes and ears and the mouthpiece, if you will, for students. So bring it. We need you. We need their advice, and we need to hear and act on their concerns. I'd like to thank the 11 and 12-month staff for prepping for the school year. That's usually CSEA employees. And I'd also like to welcome everyone else back. The teachers, I know they're coming back, and we have a lot of new faces. So to back up Dr. Avila's comments, we all have the opportunity, and we don't need permission to do the right thing. So if you're in doubt whether it's the right thing, don't act. But if you can do something positive for a situation, for a student, for a fellow worker, do it. You don't need my permission or anyone else's to do the right thing ever. But I encourage you to take the opportunity to do so, the right thing, that is. I see and I hear lots of positive energy. Again, many new faces, many new opportunities, especially for our students. And we are all stakeholders in this. We're all in it together, if you will. And you are all part of our Rialto family. And I really appreciate the work each one of you does, because most of you do it without recognition. So I can't go through all the 2,500 names of staff, but I appreciate each one of you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Next, we go to Board Clerk, Ms. Tina Walker.
I was like, who's next? So I'd just like to say congratulations to Mr. Douglas. And as a person who works with young people all the time, I just want you to take the opportunity to get, learn. But think about, what do you want to get out of this position over this next year that you're here? Like, not just about you being the voice of other people, but what do you want to get out of this? You know what I'm saying? Being deliberate about what you want, so then you can go after those things and make sure it's to your benefit as well, okay? So that's all I challenge you to do. And so I'll ask you those questions periodically, like, what are you getting out of this? to think about that. For everyone else, I'm just glad to be back. School's back in, so that means my daughter is not at work with me. Yay. Very excited about that. And just looking forward to all the great things I've thus far been happening over this last only a week in school, that some of the parents that I've been working with have been talking about that are going on in school. So thank you, Rialto, for starting off on a great year, and I look forward to this next year.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. Next, we go to your very own Vice President, Ms. Nancy O'Kelly.
Good evening, and I am so happy to be here. Had kind of an interesting summer. But anyway, I want to start off by saying welcome back to the new 2019-2020 school year to all of our staff, all of our students, and all of our parents. It's shaping up to be a really great year, and I hope everybody enjoys it and has just a very fulfilling year. And I want to congratulate our new student board member, and I think you're going to love it. I will be teasing you all the time because I was principal of Eisenhower, and we got to have a little battle, but I worked at Carter too. And I want to congratulate all the people who were approved for their new positions tonight. I know that's a hard one to wait for, and so hopefully we're off to a good start, and everything's going to be fine. So thank you, and have a nice night.
And I just want to ditto everything that was already said. But honestly, congratulations again, Aviance, your family, your father, your mother, your brother, your tia, your tios, your relatives. Everybody should be very happy for you, and I'm sure they are. And we know that you won't let them down, or anybody else down on this board or in this district. You're actually the eyes and ears for your peers, for the student body, and you represent them. And we wouldn't expect anything less of any of our student board members to represent the student body. So whatever we can do to improve things at our schools, in our district, you have our ears, and you're part of this board. So make sure and let us know. And congratulations to everyone for the 2019-2020 school year. It's awkward because we start the school year, at this time, and when most people think of a new year or starting a new year, they think of the beginning of the Gregorian calendar, right? But I do want to say anything can happen in a new year, in a new school year. Anything can happen. It's very important to recollect and learn from where we've been, what we've been through, our past. It's very important to remember and to learn from that. But all of that doesn't really matter today. What matters more is today. What's happening today? Where are we at today? And I think where we're at today shines a bright light on where we'll be tomorrow. Moving forward, we've had our challenges, and we'll continue to have challenges. It's only natural, but we've come a long way. Speaking as a board member who's served now for 9 years. I just want to say thank you. I want to piggyback on what Ms. Salaya was saying earlier. We want to thank everyone who's doing good things, who's doing a lot, who cares about this district and this community. So again, thank you all. Let's keep the energy going. Let's keep the kill them with kindness motto going, and welcome back, Ms. O'Kelly. We missed you.
I missed you too.
It felt like a quick summer because we only had a couple meetings, but we're glad to have you back, and let's keep the momentum going for the new school year. So with that, let's get the show on the road.
President Montes. I had an oversight on my report, and probably the best part, and I don't want to leave it out, so if I can take 1 second just to announce this. So at National Night Out, our district had a booth where we were giving away a prize worth $3,000. And we took tickets for those members who stopped by and filled out the tickets. So it is a portrait by Bradford that is worth up to $3,000. Bradford is a company that only has 3 locations, one in New York, one in Palm Beach, Florida, and one in Costa Mesa. So it's a very exclusive company. And I want someone from the audience who can help me pull the winning name so that I'm not accused of being biased if someone familiar to the district ends up being the winning number. So if someone is kind enough to help me draw a ticket from this little box, come on over. Just kind of move your hand in there, move it around and around and around, and select one ticket. Deidre Proctor is our winner. So Deidre, our communications office will be in contact with you to give you the $3,000 certificate for a portrait at Bradford. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Avila. And before we move on, I was asked to make a few announcements. A reminder, the 11th Annual Parent Summit date has been changed to October 20th, 2019. That's October, mark your calendars, October 12th, 2019.
12th or 20th?
12th, I'm sorry. The 11th Annual Parent Summit, October 12th, 2019, at Rialto High School this year from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. 8 a.m. to, I'm sorry. That's why I don't do announcements. 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. October 12th. The Rialto Chamber of Commerce is inviting everybody to the grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony at the Olive Garden, 301 Renaissance Parkway at Rialto, the new Renaissance shopping center over there for the community here. Brand new Olive Garden opening Monday, August 19th at 10 a.m. The San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools is inviting everyone to the Family and Community Engagement Summit. So basically, Rialto has paved the way in doing such an awesome job with our Parent Summit that now the County Superintendent of Schools is doing their own Parent Summit. And not to knock them, that's a good thing. Hey, the more Parent Summits we have, the better. So they've got one going now. I believe it's the 2nd or 3rd year, I'm not sure. But it's going to be Saturday, September 28, 2019. Everyone's invited, 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that'll be at Cal State University, San Bernardino, Saturday, September 28th. And last but not least, the Parent Center, our very own Curtis T. Winton Parent Institute, will begin offering free Danza Azteca, traditional Aztec dance lessons every Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Palm Bristol. The address is 324 North Palm Avenue, Rialto, California. And that's every Thursday from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Palm Bristol, or the PDC, or the Dolores Huertas.
You mean the bistro?
Yeah, but held at the Dolores Huertas Cesar Chavez Center for Education. That's also known as the PDC. It's also known as the former Rialto Junior High School. So that's every Thursday, and the traditional danza teacher, Luz Maria Ochoa, is a well-known traditional Aztec dancer, both in the United States and Mexico, who participates in ceremonies all over the place, and she will be offering these free classes. So we encourage parents and students who would like to participate to feel free to attend. And with that, now let's get the show on the road. Item D, public hearing, public information. Item 1, 2019 Series D, general obligation GO bonds. There's an attachment for review, includes resolution, primary legal documents, and primary financing estimates, and that's reference D 1.1 through 2. So that's just public information. Next, we go to consent calendar items. All items on the consent calendar will be acted upon in one motion unless pulled by the Board of Education members or the superintendent for individual action. And the item is to approve consent calendar items reference E through J. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
I have a poll.
Okay, and Ms. O'Kelly, what items would you like to pull?
Number 6.
H6?
Mm-hmm. I would like to know a little more information about it. I looked up online.
Ms. O'Kelly, can we come back to that? Or can we do that on
Oh,
that
sure,
separately?
sure.
Any other items?
No.
Nobody else? Okay, so can we get a motion to approve all items, calendar items E through J with the exception of H6?
Right.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. And anyway, I was just wondering if I can get more information about this soma therapy. When I looked it up online, basically everything was about massage, and I didn't think they were coming out here to massage our parents and our staff. So I was wondering if I could get a little more information about it.
We have Ms. Melissa Rubio who'll give
Okay.
us some information on it.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you for asking the question. Good evening, President Edgar Montez and the rest of the board members. So it is not massage, just to make that.
Okay.
Talk into the mic.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
No.
Better?
Mhm.
Better, okay. So Marlene is a practitioner in what's called transformational breath. And the curriculum that we are utilizing and that was purchased through the SPED department also is called Learning to Breathe. It's an anti-anxiety sort of practice to help students who arrive through our thresholds with dealing with either trauma or any anxiety issues related to something going on at home, something that's going on in class perhaps, related to test anxiety perhaps during like AP testing time, or that they need some sort of help with self-regulation. This is a curriculum that we're looking to introduce through our practitioner who's been trained in transformational breath, and this is what this is about. She also is a licensed therapist in other modalities, but we are not contracting with her for that. We are looking to contract her purely for transformational breath and self-regulation and lowering anxiety with students.
So who will her audience be at the schools?
So in our wellness centers, the middle school wellness centers, and then beyond if necessary, it would be that if teachers want to come in and experience this curriculum with learning to self-regulate for anxiety, that would be the beginning. And then also, she would offer after the school day to parents and staff who also want to learn how to teach this practice to students that may be suffering with this or having some issues related to it. It's also I'm sorry, go ahead.
Teachers may need it themselves.
And here's the thing: how can you teach a practice if you don't practice it yourself?
Right.
And that's the tenet. That's the idea. So we are going to better support teachers and all staff to practice this level of self-regulation and lowering of anxiety. And if we improve conditions for them, they can better teach it within their classrooms and make the time to do that, especially during times that cause anxiety. For instance, like if kids are coming to our classrooms dealing with anxiety surrounding social media, that we take some time out for the things that Dr. Avila was talking about earlier regarding kindness and self-regulation and compassion for others, that we understand that as a community, when we build a community that can learn how to do this, this is going to better help students as they go beyond our classrooms to self-regulate. So it has nothing to do with massage.
Okay.
But like I said,
I was just trying to picture this,
yes.
so.
No, and Marlene is certified in, like I said, lots of modalities, but our contract with her is purely for transformational breath.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'd be happy to, yes, Mr. Martinez.
Just, it's a positive thing.
It's a beautiful.
Everything I've heard about it. I'm sorry, I was hoping for foot massage.
Well, you can talk to Marlene after. But yes, thank you. Those are great questions, and I think it's going to be a wonderful thing. But again, we want to make sure that we introduce it in a way that's palatable, and especially for folks who don't know anything about it, but to feel comfortable to come into a wellness center and just experience it after school, you know, or before school. And that parents also would be able to come into our wellness centers and experience what this is about. If you know, kids start coming home saying, "Oh, I was really learning how to breathe today," you know, well, what does that mean? Well, I want to experience that. Well, then we would like to offer it to community and staff as well.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for bringing it to us.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, and we do require a preferential vote by student board member. Are you in favor, against it, or do you abstain?
In favor.
Then say aye.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we go to item K, discussion action items. First item is to deny liability claim number 192001. Reference K1.1. Do we have any questions or comments? All in favor?
Did we make a motion?
I'm sorry.
I move to approve item K1.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we go to item K2, approve an addendum to the agreement with Innovate Ed to reduce the previous total cost of $336,000 to a new total cost of $246,000 to be paid from the general fund, and all other terms and conditions will remain the same. Reference K2.1.
Move to approve?
Second.
I will always approve a reduction in price.
Any other questions or comments?
Comment. What did we learn here? Curious, because this doesn't happen very often.
Oh, because the county superintendent of schools donated $90,000 towards it.
We learned something. Pretty good. Because that's rare. You see there.
Thank you, Mr. Alejandro.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we go to item K3, adopt resolution number 192004, excusing the absence of Board Vice President Nancy G. O'Kelly from the Wednesday, July 10th, 2019 regular meeting of the Board of Education.
So moved.
Second.
Abstain.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we go to K4, ratify the agreement with Soft Choice Corporation for the annual Microsoft product installation and upgrades for Microsoft products effective August 1st, 2019 through July 30th, 2020 at a cost of $341,695.13 to be paid from the general fund.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go to K5, ratify the renewal of the agreement of the Professional Learning Management System and approve the agreement of the Learning and Collaboration Resource System with Frontline Education of Frontline Technologies Group, LLC, to support district-wide monitoring of professional development for all staff effective July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020 at a cost of $91,261.84 to be paid by the general fund. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Questions or comments?
Just, have we used this part of the program before?
So the professional learning management system is a
Right.
renewal. We did have that this last year, and all of our teachers have used it as their My Learning Plan, my gradebook, they also use that. So we're looking to add on also tracking the professional development for all employees in the district, classified, certificated. Every type of training that they will take, we'll be able to monitor what training they've been assigned, when they've completed it, or if they haven't completed it, and we can follow up with that.
Is it up to them to enter all that information?
No, it's up for, it can be assigned to, say if we have a class, like a mandated reporter for child abuse reporting, we can send that out to the employees that they have to complete the requirement, and when their timeline is. Once they complete it, it will show in the system that it is being completed, or that it has been completed, but we can run reports to make sure that it is being completed,
see.
and we can follow up with it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
The next regular meeting of the Board of Education of Rialto Unified School District will be held on Wednesday, August 28, 2019, at 7 p.m. at the Dr. John R. Casalunas Education Center, 182 East Walnut Avenue, Rialto, California. Materials distributed or presented to the Board of Education at the board meeting are available upon request from the superintendent's office. And before we ask our student board member to make a motion to adjourn tonight, we would like to conclude our school board meeting in memory of Mrs. Miriam Capella. Mrs. Capella retired on May 31st, 2019 as an EL strategist in the Rialto Unified School District. She passed in the month of July, succumbing to her illness. A native of the city of Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, Mrs. Capella dedicated 30 years to the Rialto Unified School District, working in bilingual education at several schools, including Dunn, Garcia, Morgan, and Preston Elementary Schools. As well as the central office, her funeral service was held on August 6th. Our thoughts and deepest condolences are with the Capella family. Please join myself and our Board of Education in a moment of silence as we adjourn our meeting in memory of Mrs. Capella. Thank you. And with that, can we get a preferential vote by student board member to adjourn tonight's meeting?
Aye.
Say move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Right. Can we get a second?
Second.
Okay. Preferential vote, yea or nay?
Aye.
Vote by board?
Aye.
Time is 8:31.